It's you guys. Hey, Miss Cabase is here again. I don't know about you guys, but I feel like I'm being followed. It's like everywhere I go, it's always lines. Everywhere. I have to wait in line to go to the grocery store. I have to wait in line to pay in the grocery store. When I'm walking down the aisles, I'm walking in a line. When I'm crossing the sidewalk, there are lines on the ground. Lines. 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 They're everywhere. Oh my gosh. But have no fear, because I am inspired. I think. No, I know I am inspired to do a project with you all about lines. What is a line? Other than something that annoys Miss Cabases. I know that there are different kinds of lines. How many different kinds of lines are there? Pause this video, look around your room, and count as many different kinds of lines as you can see. Pause it. No. And welcome back. So, let's go over some of these lines, shall we? Oh, sorry. Just having my moment of Zen. As you know, we always sing a mindful minute before we start making. But let's start drawing down here. Okay, let's get started on our line challenge. First one is the most basic. Let's see if you can figure out what it is. What kind of line am I? If you guess straight line, ding, 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 you are right. Let's try this one. What kind of line am I? If you guessed curved line, ding, 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 you got it right. Let's try another one. What kind of line am I? Wavy. Now, let's try this one. What kind of line am I? If you guess zigzag, you've got it. Now, for bonus points, let's take this first line and let's get even more art smart with the different kinds of names that we have for this line. I'm a straight line, but when I go from corner to corner, I have a different name. Who am I? I am a diagonal. Everybody say diagonal line. Great, and diagonal lines can go this way. They can go corner to corner that way. They can go that way, that way, that way. They are never straight. They are a straight line, but they're going at a diagonal. And when I go from top to bottom, like the line up here, I have a special name. Who am I? I am a vertical line. Everybody say vertical line. That's right, I go from the top to bottom. And when I go from left to right, what am I called? I am a horizon line or a horizontal line. Everybody say horizontal. But when there's two of me, I have another name. I look like train tracks. You might see me in math, but I have a special name in art. I'm called parallel lines. Everybody say parallel lines. And no matter where parallel lines go, their best friend follows. These are just a few of the different kinds of lines. You can even make what's called a dashed line. These are smaller lines that when you look at them, they actually create an even longer line. This line is dashed, but it's now even a spiral. Everybody say spiral. Almost like a tornado. Whoop, going right into the middle. You could even find a dotted line. Everybody say dotted line. A dotted line is what Miss Cabasis leaves when she's going into the cookie jar late at night. And I leave evidence, what can I say? Gotta leave some crumbs. So just like that, I made a spiral like that. I'm gonna show you a regular spiral. Starts from the middle, whoop, and goes right outside. Something about making noises when you write lines is really helpful. So let's go over that again. Straight line, curved line, wavy line, zigzag, dotted line, parallel, horizontal, vertical, diagonal, straight line, spiral. Now let's try it with our bodies. All right, so now that we've made those lines on our paper, let's try making them with our bodies. Let's get a little bit of movement going. So I'm gonna say a line and I'm gonna make it with my arms. You can just use your whole body or you can do just your arms just like me. We're gonna do one round where I'm gonna show you an example of what to do. I'm gonna go my turn first and your turn second. And then for the lightning round, I'm gonna give you direction and you just have to do it without my help. I think you can do it. Let's try it. Straight line, your turn. Straight line. Vertical line, same thing. Vertical line, good job. Horizontal line, your turn. Horizontal line. All right, diagonal, your turn. Diagonal the other way. Good job. Wavy line, your turn. Curved. Diagonal, zigzag, curved, parallel, parallel, horizontal, vertical, parallel, zigzag, wavy, spiral, spiral. Now let's try it all on your own. Vertical line, horizontal line, parallel, diagonal, vertical, straight line, curvy line, spiral line, zigzag, 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 curved, spiral, curved, spiral, horizontal, parallel, straight line. Ugh. Okay, you can take a break now. So what is a line? A line is actually a mark that is made by some kind of object. Could be a pen, could be a pencil, could be a dirty eraser when you move it across a piece of paper. But it's also one of the elements of art. Everybody say elements of art. And the elements of art are the foundations, the most important building blocks that are found in all different kinds of masterpieces. I dare you to try to find one work of art that does not have line in it. So anyway, we'll take everything that we just reviewed from our line challenge and we're gonna use it in a different way to make something new. So all you're gonna need, voila, are some scissors and a piece of paper. Now, get creative with this part. Use something that might be colorful. It could be a piece of old construction paper, it could be a piece of a newspaper, or just really take whatever is around them and breathe new, beautiful, and bountiful life into it. So I'm taking my painting actually from last week, my spice painting, and I'm gonna be using it for this activity. You could also take an old painting that you want to recreate in a new way and use it for this as well. So before I get started, scissor safety 101, your turn. Scissors can be so much fun when I use them the right way. So just a friendly reminder, whenever I'm not using scissors, they should be flat. There are two holes at the top of scissors. The smaller hole is for your thumb, and here is where the rest of the fingers go. I always cut away from my body. I always cut away from my body. That's great. You use the scissors almost like the mouth of a hungry, hungry shark. When I cut, I don't want to nibble and use the tip. I want to open up wide and feed that hungry shark. If I want a curved cut, I actually turn the paper, not the scissors, and I slowly close my blades. So for this activity, we're going to be doing kind of like a Simon Says. We're going to do a Miss Cabeza Says, of course. But we're going to take what we know from our lines. You can make your cuts anywhere on your paper you want. They can be as big or as small as you want as well. I'm going to give you a direction, such as Miss Cabeza says, cut a straight line. And your job is to cut a straight line. You might choose to not even go to the full end of the paper. That's cool too. Did I cut a straight line? Yep, so I'm following directions. Now, Miss Cabeza says, cut a diagonal line. Diagonal line. I know it's a straight line, but it goes from corner to, corner. So I'm gonna start to cut here. Notice how when my scissors get close to my hand, I move them away. You're always looking at what you're doing when you're cutting. Okay, now, you know what? I'm gonna go for it. I now have 2 pieces of paper, super cool. So I have options now. Miss Cabeza says, cut 2 parallel lines. Let's see. 1, and it has to be exactly the same. 2. I've cut 2 parallel lines. Look at how I make 2 parallel lines when I move them across too. Cool. Now Miss Cabeza says, cut 1 wavy line. I'm gonna look. Artists think before they make. I'm gonna make my wavy line. Hungry scissors. Turn the paper. Open, hungry scissors, turn the paper. Whoop. And I'm gonna cut this one also all the way to the end. Ooh, this is interesting. Now these 2 are kind of like alive and animated. Miss Cabeza might say, cut a spiral line. This one's really challenging. Trick for a spiral line is cutting out from the outside, and like I said, you move the paper. But a spiral line starts really big, and then as you cut, you move inside your shape. You're always moving inside your shape. And I'm turning my paper around and around and around. Boop. That's how you cut a spiral. Very cool. Okay, I have another little scrap here. Now, you're gonna notice you have all of these new organic shapes of paper. Your challenge will then be to arrange these shapes any way you want to create a design or some kind of picture. You might even decide, I want to add another spiral line or another wavy line. This one I'm going to have be even more. Whoop! I might even cut a zigzag. So now, with your pieces, you can arrange these paper pieces any way you want to create a design. Might want to try to make a pattern. You might want to make a picture of some kind. It's up to who? It's up to you. All right, let's see what I could do with this. It's your turn. I'm going to give you a set of directions. Get your materials and get started. Okay, scholars, it's your turn. Are you ready? I can see your thumbs up and I can see your excitement through the screen. Let's get started. I'm going to give you a set of directions. Every time I give a direction, you can pause the video and take your time. It's more important that you're being safe and making good choices in your art making than rushing. Remember, art is not a race. All right, let's get started. Direction number 1. Miss Cabeza says, cut 2 parallel lines. Go. Direction number 2. Cut 1 zigzag line. Go. Direction number 3. Cut 1 curved line. Next one. Cut 1 zigzag. Next direction. Cut 1 spiral. If you're ready for it. Cut 1 horizontal line. Cut 3 diagonal lines. And from there, my friends, it's up to you. Feel free to add on, feel free to take away if you really want, but don't forget, you are arranging or moving the pieces of paper around when you're done to make a picture, a design, or the most beautiful abstract, almost collage there's ever been. Why isn't this a collage just yet? We're missing something. That's sticky stuff. Oh yeah, glue. Don't forget to take pictures, send them to me. I want to see and share with everybody. Happy art making, and I'll see you next week. Bye.